Welcome back to Legion Build, where I show you how to bring your favorite characters into Dungeons & Dragons. Today we're bringing in some special magic and building the Goblin King himself, Jareth. If you have no idea who Jareth is, you need to stop this video and watch Jim Henson's Labyrinth right now. This video can wait. Today's goals are to enthrall the masses with your power and bring them into your service. What is a king without subjects after all? And by charm or fear, they will obey. Next, there's nowhere you can't go and nowhere you can't see. Whether across your kingdom or through dimensions, you can be there in a second and see all that happens. Finally, we need to move the very stars to make what you want happen and create a labyrinth filled with surprises. For today's build, we'll be using the player's handbook and Tasha's Cauldron of everything. We're using standard point array to make it simple for you to use rolling or point buy, but we're not multi-classing. We have a class that will literally make the perfect Goblin King. Charisma will be first with 15. You break out into performances at a moment's notice and people find you irresistible. Dex will follow with 14. You are light on your feet during your performances, so you need a good dex. So we're doing a build that has a high dex and it's not for stealth. Wisdom will follow at 13. You have some impulse control problems. Stealing babies to get someone's attention is not a way to go about doing things, my friend. Intelligence will be 12. You understand the ins and outs of people's emotions and mind. Playing with them comes very naturally to you. Con will be low with a 10, and we have to dump strength because, well, you don't do your own lifting. Even though Jareth is the king of the goblins, he's not a goblin. He's more along the lines of an archfey. So we're going to go with custom lineage. Place +2 into dex. For your free feat, Fey Touch grants you 2 spells that you can cast without spell slots once per long rest or with the correct slots. Misty Step is a 30-foot teleportation you make with a bonus action. Charm Person forces a wisdom save on a humanoid within 30 feet. Should they fail, they are charmed by you for 1 hour, believing you to be their friend. If you harm them, the spell is broken, and once the spell ends, they know what you did. Darkvision lets you see in darkness out to 60 feet. For your background, we need the skills of a king, deception, and persuasion. I said earlier there is one class that gives us everything we need to be the best Goblin King, Bard. 4 skills take perception, performance, and intimidation. Level 1 Bards start things off with Bardic Inspiration. These are special d6 dice that you can hand to your allies as a bonus action to inspire them to be better. And just so you know, threatening to throw them into a toxic swamp is in fact inspiring. After receiving inspiration, they now have 10 minutes to use the inspiration on one skill check, attack roll, or saving throw, rolling the dice and adding it to their total. You can hand out these inspirations a number of times equal to your charisma modifier per long rest. You're also a spellcaster. You start off with 2 cantrips and 4 spells. For spells, Dancing Lights creates 4 glowing orbs that appear within 120 feet of you. That lasts for 1 minute while you maintain this spell. With a bonus action, you can move the lights up to 60 feet. Minor Illusion creates a simple sound or image within 30 feet that lasts for 1 minute. If it is an image, the illusion must fit within a 5-foot cube. Cure Wounds lets you heal 1d8 plus your charisma modifier. Feather Fall stops all fall damage on up to 5 creatures no matter the height. Disguise Self covers you in illusion for 1 hour, making you appear as someone else. Sleep puts creatures to sleep out to 90 feet from you. Simple concept, not so simple how to do. Rolling 5d8s and totaling the numbers rolled, this gives you a pool of hit points. Creatures within 20 feet of the point selected start to minus their hit points from the pool, starting with the one with the lowest hit points. Minusing their hit points from the pool, if they hit 0, they fall unconscious, and you continue this until you no longer have any number in the pool. Level 2 Bards are Jack of all trades. Now all skills that you are not proficient with will receive half your proficiency bonus. Song of Rest improves short rest. Now when you take a short rest, you can begin a performance. If anyone who can hear you, including yourself, rolls hit dice to regain hit points at the end of a short rest, they regain an additional 1d6. Magical Inspiration lets those with your Bardic Inspiration now add the dice to spells that heal or do damage. For your new spell, Tasha's Hideous Laughter targets one creature within 30 feet and forces a wisdom save. Should they fail, they begin to laugh uncontrollably and fall prone, becoming incapacitated and unable to stand. At the end of each of its turns, while you maintain the spell for 1 minute, the creature can attempt to break the spell by retaking the save. Level 3 Bards receive Expertise. You can now choose 2 skills you are proficient with and double the proficiency bonus to those skills. Choose Performance and Perception. You also receive your subclass, and since you're an Archfey-like being, we're going with a Fey-style Bard, Glamour. Mantle of Inspiration allows you to enchant your allies. As a bonus action, you can burn 1 use of your Bardic Inspiration to choose a number of creatures equal to your Charisma modifier within 60 feet. Each creature now receives 5 temporary hit points and can use its reaction to move its total speed without provoking attack of opportunity. Enthralling Performance allows you to charm multiple targets at once. By performing for 1 minute, you may choose a number of creatures equal to your Charisma modifier that watched and listened to your performance, forcing a wisdom save. Should they fail, they are now completely enthralled by you for 1 hour. They not only idolize you and praise you to everyone, but will hinder anyone who opposes you. They will not act in violence unless they are inclined to. The charm ends if they take damage, you attack them, or they witness you attacking or damaging any of their allies. You can only use this feature once per short or long rest. Finally, you receive access to 2nd level spells. For your new spell, Invisibility turns you invisible for 1 hour while you maintain the spell. The spell ends early if you attack or cast a spell. Level 4 Bards earn our first ability score improvement. Place this into Charisma for better spell DC and more Bardic Inspirations. For your new spells, Vicious Mockery lets you use your silver tongue to insult someone so bad it hurts. I really love describing this spell. Target 1 creature within 60 feet, you force a wisdom save, or they take 1d4 psychic damage and have disadvantage on their next attack before the end of its turn. Silvery Bards allows you to distract someone and help another. Not that you would help anyone. As a reaction, when you see a creature succeed on an attack, skill check, or saving throw, you can now force them to retake the roll, taking the lower of the rolls. You can then choose a different creature you can see within 60 feet and grant them advantage on their next attack, skill check, or saving throw they make within 1 minute. Level 5 Bards have their Bardic Inspirations upgraded to D8s. Your Mantle of Inspiration is also upgraded to 8 temporary hit points. Font of Inspiration now allows you to regain all uses of Bardic Inspiration after a short or long rest. You also now have 3rd level spells. For your new spell, it's time to make sure people remember who you are. Fear creates a 30-foot cone that forces everyone within the cone to make a wisdom save. Should they fail, they are now so frightened of you they drop everything they are holding and must now use their action to run away from you. They can't retake the save until they have broken line of sight from you. You're now character level 5. Vicious Mockery now does 2d4 psychic damage. Level 6 Bards receive Counter Charm. You can bolster your allies against spells that charm or frighten. Now, as an action, you can start a performance that lasts until the end of your next turn. While performing, you and all your allies that are within 30 feet that can hear you have advantage on saving throws against being charmed or frightened. Mantle of Mastery allows you to cast the spell Command without a spell slot as a bonus action. Command allows you to speak 1 word to a creature within 60 feet. Should the creature fail a wisdom save, they must now follow the command on the next turn. The command cannot directly be harmful, and they must understand your language. While command only lasts 1 round, this feature makes it last 1 minute while you maintain the spell. Each turn you may use your bonus action to cast command without a spell slot again. You can only use this feature once per long rest. For your new spell, Hypnotic Pattern creates a 30-foot cube of twisting lights and patterns within 120 feet of you. Any creature within the cube must make a wisdom save or become charmed by you. While charmed, they have a speed of 0 and are incapacitated, and they stay this way while you maintain the spell for 1 minute. They can only be uncharmed by taking damage or someone else using their action to snap them out of it. Level 7 Bards now have access to 4th level spells. For your spell, Polymorph allows you or someone else to transform into a beast of CR equal to or less than your total levels. While in this form, you have the beast's stats, health, and actions. If you drop to 0, you revert back to your original form. Become an unassuming owl and no one will bother you though. Level 8 Bards earn another ability score improvement. Let's go ahead and cap off Charisma. For your new spell, Dimension Door is a 500-foot teleportation you take as an action. As long as you can see the destination or can describe or visualize it, you can go there. But be warned, should you teleport into something, you will receive 4d6 force damage and the teleportation is cancelled. Level 9 bards have their Song of Rest upgraded. Now when you finish a Song of Rest, you and everyone who watched you gains an extra D8 to regain hit points with. You now have access to 5th level spells. For your new spell, Hallucinatory Terrain creates an illusion of natural terrain within a 150-foot cube. This illusion can include smells, sounds, and appearances. It's just an illusion though. If someone touches or has reason to investigate it, then they'll see through it. Make sure to craft the illusion around the natural features to better conceal the lie. Level 10 bards gain more expertise. Place this into Deception and Intimidation. Your Bardic inspirations are now D10s. Magical Secrets opens up access to any spell list you want. You can pull 2 spells from that list and now they are bard spells for you. But we don't need any spells right now that aren't on the bard list, so we'll grab 2 from your own list and a new cantrip. For your new spells, Message allows you to whisper a message to someone you can see within 120 feet of you. Only they can hear it and they can message back. Scrying allows you to spy on someone for 10 minutes while you maintain the spell. Looking into one of your crystal orbs, you can see and hear someone should they fail a wisdom save, but they will not know you're casting the spell unless they have a spell or feature that tells them. The better you know the person, the easier it is to spy on them. Teleportation Circle allows you to teleport to fixed locations. When you learn this spell, you learn 2 locations, and you can learn more by studying circles you find for 1 minute. The range is unlimited, and if you cast this spell every day for 1 year, you create a new circle, if you have that much downtime though. Level 11 bards now have access to 6th level spells. For your new spell, Charm Monster is an upgraded version of Charm Person, except now you can target any creature, not just a humanoid. You're now character level 11. Viscious Mockery now does 3d4 psychic damage. Level 12 bards earn another ability score improvement. I'd put this into intelligence, but you can change this up if you want. Level 13 bards receive an upgrade to their Song of Rest. You can now gain an extra D10 to your short rests. You also receive access to 7th level spells. For your new spell, Teleport is an unlimited range teleportation. The better you know the location you're teleporting to, the easier it is to get there. Level 14 Glamour bards gain Unbreakable Majesty. As a bonus action, you assume a magical presence for 1 minute. For the duration, whenever any creature tries to attack you for the first time on a turn, they must make a charisma save. Failing the save, it can attack you for that turn and must choose a new target or waste the attack. If it makes the save, it can attack, but has disadvantage on the saving throw caused by your spells on your next turn. You can use this feature once per short or long rest. You receive 2 more magical secrets. For those spells, Plane Shift allows you to teleport through the planes themselves. You can bring up to 8 willing creatures with you, and you can go to any plane there is, like the Feywild. If you know a teleportation circle in that plane, you can teleport to that location. Alternately, you can banish someone to another plane as well. Attacking a creature with a melee spell attack, on a hit you force a charisma save. Should they fail the attack, they are now transported to a random location on a plane of your choosing, and must now find their own way back. Mirage Arcane is an upgraded version of Hallucinatory Terrain. It now takes 10 minutes to cast, but lasts for 10 days and covers 1 square mile. You can now add structures to the illusion as well, recraft an area to appear less dangerous than it is, or just drive people crazy as the area changes around them. Level 15 bards have their Bardic inspiration upgraded one last time, now to a D12. You also now have access to 8th level spells. For your new spell, Guards and Wards transforms a building into a nightmare for people. You create a massive magical ward that protects 2,500 square feet, which is 100 5-foot squares on a grid map. That lasts for 24 hours and takes 10 minutes to cast. Within this ward, you can designate areas to use against anyone who enters without permission. Now it's time for the effects. Normally I would gloss over this part, but I love this spell. For the effects, corridors will fill with fog, making them heavily obscured. In addition, at intersection or branching passages, there's a 50% chance the creature will become lost and believe they are heading in the opposite direction than they actually went. Doors will all become locked by Arcane Lock spell, which increases the DC to pick the lock or break down the door by 10. Also, you can cast Minor Illusion on up to 10 doors to make them appear as plain walls. Stairs become filled with magical webs from the spell Web. Each creature entering the webs must make a dex save or become restrained. Creatures that are restrained must make a strength check to escape the web. They can burn the webs away, but the webs will reappear within 5 minutes. Other effects include up to 4 corridors with the Dancing Light spell activated, up to 2 locations with the spell Magic Mouth will activate. I would suggest laying false warnings of beware or turn back. Up to 2 locations gain the spell Stinking Cloud. This creates a 20-foot radius sphere of nauseating gas. Any creature that enters the sphere must make a con save or it will lose its action Vomiting. This spell can be cleared away with a gust of wind, but guards and wars will make it return after 10 minutes. One location can have a constant gust of wind spell activated. This spell creates a 60-foot long, 10-foot wide line that forces a strength save on creatures that start within it, or they will be blown back 15 feet. Even if they save against the wind, they must now use 2 feet for every 1 foot moved against it. And finally, and probably the best, one location will have a suggestion spell placed on it. Any creature that enters a 5-foot square that you have placed suggestion at must now make a wisdom save or be compelled to obey the suggestion within, to the best of their abilities. That will last for 8 hours, like sit down or turn back, getting them even more lost. The spell Dispel Magic can only affect a target effect, and not the whole guards and wards. Best part is you can cast this on the same area every day for 1 year and the spell becomes permanent. I know some of you want this to be a player character and you won't get to use that effect, but a lot of you are using my builds to build the bad guys. You're welcome. Level 16 Bards earn another ability score improvement. Place this into Intelligence once again, or do whatever you want. I'm not your father. Level 17 Bards have their Song of Rest upgraded for one final time. Now when using Song of Rest, you can gain an extra D12 added to your short rests. You also now have the highest level spells, 9th level. For your new spell, Project Image creates an illusionary duplicate of yourself that you can project up to 500 miles away from you. You can see and hear through the illusion, and you can control it with an action to move and speak. While you use this, you are blind and deafened, and you can maintain this spell for 24 hours. If anyone touches the image, they will know it's not real. If the illusion is discovered, those who know the truth will see the illusion as transparent and the sounds off. You are now character level 17. Viscious Mockery now does 4d4 psychic damage. Level 18 Bards receive their final magical secrets. For these, we'll be pushing your powers to the extreme because this is it. No more spells after this. For these spells, Imprisonment traps someone in their own personal oubliette, forcing a wisdom save on a creature within 30 feet. If they succeed, they are immune to the spell, but should they fail, well, they are screwed. They are trapped within a prison where they can't be located by magic, do not require food, air, or drink, and they do not age. While casting this spell, you can specify the form of the prison. This spell comes with a few options, including Sealed Underground, Chained Slumber, Shrinks them, or, wouldn't you know it, a Labyrinth. Choosing the Labyrinth traps them inside a demi-plane that protects against teleportation and planar magic. This spell takes 1 minute to cast and lasts until dispelled. Wish alters reality to bend it to your will. You can do several things with this spell that don't have negative effects, like duplicate any spell up to 8th level, or you could actually make a wish. If you make a wish, beware of improper wording and think it through. There are some dangers regardless. After casting Wish, you are in danger if you cast another spell. Every time you cast a spell, you take 1d10 necrotic damage per level of the spell you cast. This will go away if you take a long rest. Your strength score is reduced to 3 for 2d4 days. For each of those days that you spend resting, your recover time decreases by 2 days. Finally, there's a 33% chance that you will no longer be able to cast this spell. Level 19 Bards earn our final ability score improvement. Let's put this into Dex for an even better AC. Our final level is level 20 Bard, and you gain Superior Inspiration. Now when you roll Initiative and have no Bardic Inspirations left, you regain one. Yeah, it's not that great. Very few classes have a really great end feature. Some do, just not all of them. Now that we've reached level 20, let's recap. Your stats are Strength 8, Dex 18, Con 10, Intelligence 16, Wisdom 13, Charisma 20. Let's dive in. You are one charismatic SOB. You can grant temporary hit points to your allies, charm multiple targets at once, make people love you, command them to obey. You can make an enemy just not want to attack. You can do all this without using a spell slot if you wish. You not only just control people's hearts, you can also control their minds as well. You force them to laugh uncontrollably, distract them, put them to sleep, induce pure terror with just a look. You can create illusions that alter the area around them, trap them in an endless maze, or literally transform a location into a nightmare to traverse. And overall, you're just powerful. You can teleport across dimensions, become invisible, transform into animals. You can bend reality to your very will. All but one of your skills is adding plus 12 before their modifier. Any skill you're not proficient with is adding plus 3. You can improve healing, can guard against charming, and just overall inspire the hell out of your party. Downside. Well, this is awkward, but you only have one spell that can do damage, and that's only dealing 4d4 if they fail a wisdom save. That's all. You're a king, not a fighter. Get someone else to do that. Oh yeah, don't get into a fight. Seriously, you only have just over 100 HP. Hopefully if you roll for stats, you can get a better con score. This is a mastermind character. You control the events as they unfold, and you can stay at a distance where you're safe. Control the field of battle and stay away from the lowly brutes. Thank you for joining me today. Make sure to like and subscribe to not miss a single new build each week.